So, what is synchronicity from your perspective, and how does it differ from a simple coincidence?
Well, they are one and the same in that a coincidence is a way of diminishing the synchronicity that is staring you in the face so that it does not cause the discomfort that it would do if you were to admit that it was a miracle. Many people are currently in belief states in which it is very uncomfortable for them to admit that they know very little at all about anything, let alone how the world works or how they work or how experiences unfold for them. There is no way, no thing as a coincidence at all because you are only able to experience each now moment as you are experiencing it, which means that each and every, as we said earlier in this encounter, each and every experience is absolutely the only path of unfolding that could have ever been. So every now moment is significant. Every now moment is precious. And if you happen to have enough awareness to see a pattern that has occurred in a now moment. Now, we are not saying you need to give it meaning, but certainly that synchronicity is there to remind you that there is a pattern, to remind you that there is something unfolding that you do not entirely understand. So a synchronistic moment, a saying the same thing at the same time as someone else, a thinking of someone and then they phone you on the telephone, whatever it might be. It is not a coincidence, which of course it is a coincidence, but the way that you use the word coincidence with a sort of degrading or a diminishing energy to it is never the case. If you were to pay attention truly to your life at the capacity in which it is unfolding, you would see that there's nothing that is not a synchronicity. So in terms of this, we would say that when synchronicities become apparent to you, it is a indication that you can pay a little bit more attention to what is going on. Not to give it any meaning or significance that is external to you. It is not that if the thing happened, it must mean X, Y, and Z, because you do not have that information. But if the thing happened and it felt synchronistic to you, it is the universe's way of saying, guess what? You are right for believing in the mystery. You are right for understanding that there's more to this game. And pay attention because something is unfolding in this now.
This conversation reminded me of a situation from today where my colleague, she lost a set of keys. There was the keys for the entire building, and she was sure on Friday that she left them somewhere, and we were desperately searching for them all morning. And then, she looked in her purse 5 times, and when she was about to give up, she looked in her purse again, and there they were. She claimed it was a miracle. Are these things possible? Really? Were these keys really not there? And then they appeared?
Yes, because the matrix is able to turn things on and off. They are not there until you see them. So in the non-ability to see them in that moment, they were then, yes, miraculously, if you so choose, vanished from the bag and then placed back in the bag. Now, it is not that they were ever in or not in a bag in the first place. There are also no hands to take the keys. There are also no keys in the first place. So your matrix and the rendering of these situations and circumstances in your reality are very much dictated upon the way that you are perceiving them. So in this person's particular case, they wanted to have the experience of not knowing where the keys are. They wanted to have the experience of feeling irresponsible. They wanted to have the experience of having the panic. They wanted to have the experience of searching for them all day. And they wanted to have the experience of then finding them and perceiving of that as a miracle from Jesus. Now, there are no miracles from anything other than the all that is. So if you would like to assign any sort of name to a being that is your guide or that is your lighthouse for what is going to occur to you throughout your experience, then that is fine. That is a permission slip that you are allowed. And in that case, this person is accurate. In part, also, they would like for other people to believe that they were accurate, which again, now puts you in the realm of thinking you know more than the universe does, which you don't. So this entire experience of your colleague and yourself looking for the keys was orchestrated for both of you to be able to have this experience, and everyone else who was involved, of the keys not being there, then the keys being there, and the mystical aspect of it. This is why we are saying that when you have synchronicities, and this was some other level of the manifestation and demanifestation, so to speak, of a situation or circumstance. But when you have synchronicities, it is time to start paying attention a little bit more to things such as this, that reality is alterable, that it is malleable, that it is completely based upon the fact that, of course, in explanation, the keys were always in the bag. But in perception when they were not found the first 5 times. They were not. It can be very interesting when you allow yourself to know that the universe is playing on another level. It is much like that film of The Matrix, where you will wake up and you will realize that you have far more control over what happens and what doesn't happen as well. Had she, between searching the bag number 5 and searching the bag number 6, said to herself, Alakazam, I shall now declare that the keys are back in the bag, it may have also occurred. And then she would have attributed the fact that they came into the bag by the words that she spoke. This is how all permission slips work. And this is how your reality gets altered and strange things occur more and more frequently. When you begin to become accustomed to the strange things, you will begin to become also able to master them and dictate them for yourselves.